Back in the late 1960s, if you pulled up next to a Chevy Chevelle 396 at a stoplight, you knew you were in for a fight. It wasn't just another car. It was the car that defined an era of raw power, street dominance, and no-nonsense muscle. Fast forward nearly 60 years, and Chevy has done the unthinkable. The Chevelle 396 is back. The question is, can it still live up to the glory days, or is this just another nostalgic cash grab? Let's take a ride back into history and straight into the future. The Chevelle wasn't just a car, it was a cultural phenomenon. Launched in 1964, it quickly became one of Chevrolet's biggest success stories, serving everyone from families to hot rodders. But in 1965, Chevy dropped a bombshell, the Chevelle SS 396. With a big block V8 under the hood, bold styling, and a price tag that didn't require a second mortgage, the SS 396 ignited the muscle car wars. It went toe-to-toe with the Pontiac GTO, Ford Fairlane GT, and Plymouth Roadrunner. And more often than not, it came out on top. For years, the Chevelle 396 was the street king. But as fuel crises hit and emissions regulations choked performance, the Chevelle quietly disappeared, leaving fans clinging to memories and garage-kept classics. For decades, rumors of a revival floated around, but nothing ever materialized until now. Chevy has finally brought the Chevelle 396 back for 2026. This isn't just another retro name slapped on a crossover. This is a true muscle car, re-engineered for a new era. But will it be enough to re-establish Chevy's dominance in the muscle car market? Let's start with what you see first, the design. Chevy knew they had to honor the original, and they didn't hold back. The 2026 Chevelle 396 has that unmistakable long hood, wide stance, and fastback profile that screams muscle. The front grille echoes the classic twin headlamp setup of the late 60s models, but modernized with sharp LED strips. Strong character lines run down the sides, giving it a sense of motion even when parked. And those massive rear haunches? They're pure Chevelle, bold, muscular, and unapologetic. This isn't a car that blends into traffic. It commands attention, just like the original. Inside, Chevy played the nostalgia card smartly. Retro-inspired round gauges sit in front of the driver, but they're digital, customizable, and razor-sharp. A massive central touchscreen blends seamlessly into the dash, offering the latest Chevy infotainment suite, wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, and even built-in track performance monitoring. The seats are available in retro houndstooth patterns or modern leather bolstering, letting buyers choose between old-school charm and modern comfort. And yes, there's a manual transmission option alongside the automatic, giving purists exactly what they wanted. But we know what you're waiting for, what's under the hood. The heart of the Chevelle 396 is a reimagined big block V8, clocking in at 6.5 liters of pure displacement. In its standard form, it cranks out over 500 horsepower. But Chevy didn't stop there. The high-performance SSX package slaps on a supercharger, pushing output north of 700 horsepower, with torque so brutal it feels like the pavement itself might split in half. Rear-wheel drive, aggressive gearing, and launch control mean this thing rockets from 0-60 in as little as 3.4 seconds. For a car that starts under $50,000, that's insane performance. Chevy also added modern handling touches, adaptive magnetic ride control, Brembo brakes, and an advanced limited slip differential. It's not just a straight-line monster anymore. On winding roads, the Chevelle 396 feels planted, sharp, and surprisingly nimble for a car of its size. In track mode, it tightens up, stiffens the suspension, and sharpens throttle response. In cruise mode, it becomes calm, comfortable, and easy to live with. And for those who want a taste of the past, retro mode dials back the tech, loosens the traction control, and pipes that big block roar straight into your veins. So, how does it actually feel when you drive it? In one word, explosive. The Chevelle 396 doesn't just accelerate, it attacks. Drop the clutch, and you're slammed into the seat as the supercharged V8 roars like a lion breaking free. The tires struggle to hold on. Smoke curls off the rear wheels, and before you know it, you're flying down the strip with a grin plastered across your face. This isn't just performance, it's theater, the kind of drama that modern cars rarely deliver anymore. But here's where the shocker comes in. While it's every bit the muscle car on the track, the new Chevelle is shockingly livable on the street. Long highway cruises? Smooth, quiet, and refined. City driving? Manageable, thanks to modern driver assists. It's the dual personality that makes this car so impressive. It's as if Chevy bottled up the soul of 1969, then engineered it to survive 2026. And when Chevy dropped the price bombshell, $45,000 to start, $65,000 fully loaded, the muscle car world collectively raised an eyebrow. Affordable, powerful, iconic. Three things rarely seen together anymore, but somehow Chevy pulled it off. So what does the return of the Chevelle 396 really mean? It means Chevy hasn't forgotten what made American cars legendary. It's not just about efficiency or tech, it's about emotion, presence, and power that you can feel in your chest. The pros are crystal clear: jaw-dropping design, massive power, a perfect mix of retro and modern, and pricing that makes it attainable for real enthusiasts. The cons: thirsty V8s aren't exactly eco-friendly, and with regulations tightening, the Chevelle's long-term future may be uncertain. But honestly, nobody buys a Chevelle worrying about fuel economy. They buy it because it makes their heart race. For the old-school fans, this is the car you've been waiting decades for. For younger buyers, it's a chance to experience what your parents or grandparents always raved about, but in a package that works in today's world. And for Chevy, it's a shot across the bow of every competitor: Dodge, Ford, even the imports. The message is simple: American muscle isn't dead. In fact, it's louder than ever. So here's the big question: did Chevy just create the perfect bridge between past and future? Or is the Chevelle 396 simply a last hurrah for gasoline muscle before the EV wave takes over? Let me know what you think in the comments. Would you buy one? Or do you think Chevy should have gone electric? Smash that like button if you enjoyed this deep dive. Subscribe for more first looks at iconic cars reborn. And share this with a friend who needs to hear that muscle isn't going anywhere. Because one thing's for sure: the Chevelle 396 is back, and it's ready to reclaim its throne.